Hello, I'm coming at you with Little Brook from Fox Farm. Their hop forward American Blonde Ale. Actually, a lot of my Untapped friends have had this and said great things about it, similar to Eureka from Treehouse, but this one's a little bit bigger, 4.6% alcohol, and it's hopped with Citra, Cryo, and Amarillo. Use some malted wheat and raw wheat, I think, and Pilsner malt. Actually, I had this on draft in 2018. Don't remember that. Didn't do any notes because apparently I checked it in at 12:38 a.m. at a bar. I think it was after work. So let's get into this. And yeah, I got 2 cans of this. I had one also late night hotel room, and it was very good, but I want to really dive into it now. And I forgot to roll the can a bit because this one is canned on January 14th. Today is February 19th, so it's a little over a month old. And Fox Farm does the haze and does sediment a little bit, especially once it's a little old. But I'm getting some really nice aromas. They pull out a lot of big aromas at Fox Farm. So there we go. And it's you can sort of see my fingers through there on the camera. I'll try to get a little bit more sediment from the bottom. So let's see. And that smells real nice. It has that kind of all the citra hopped. Fox Farms had this like cotton candy bubblegum type note. And Citra and Amarillo, I bet this is a lot like their Burst IPA. I'm betting those are the two primary hops in Burst, and it smells pretty similar. Very sweet orange. But it might be sort of Citra and their yeast esters coming together for like that sweet candy note that's strongest. I'm not getting a huge amount of fruit notes, at least not yet. Doesn't quite get super tropical, maybe a hint of pineapple. A little bit spicy, but mostly just like super duper sweet candy fruit and cotton candy bubble gum, juicy fruit gum, that type of thing. It's quite hoppy. It's got some bitterness in there. A little bit of a fruity, peppery spice in the finish. Maybe some sort of grapefruit type thing, sort of like a grapefruit seltzer a bit, actually, with that bitterness, and there is a citrusy element, making it quite grapefruit-like. Very chuggable. And it is a pretty light and dry. I mean, there's some body and sweetness to it, but they're it seems like it's pretty dry. Let's see if there's any sediment in here. And no chunks or anything. They're just house yeast citra combo profile really makes it smell pretty sweet, but then it's not a super sweet beer. Yeah, definitely pretty hop forward. I would say, they packed it in there for sure. Whereas Treehouse Eureka is a little more yeast forward and hazier, maltier. I'm not getting much malt character in this, just like water crackers. I would say this is almost, years ago you may have called this a session IPA. It could be even paler. It's not super duper pale, but it's very, very hop focused, pretty darn bitter. And it has enough body to maybe call it a session IPA, but session IPA kind of means nothing and everything, and brewers kind of gave up on that term. The only one that's been like sticking around successfully is like Founders All Day. I think that might be their best selling beer. I wonder if that's changed. But this is a very good. I mean, if it was over $4 a can, which is a little bit steep for a little beer like this, but it is heavily hopped. Very nice and clean. If you want something that is a low ABV and just gives you a hop fix, this will do it. This is very hoppy. The smell now still has that slight bubblegummy element, not like Belgian yeast bubblegum, like actual, this is like candy, other flavored bubblegum. Cotton candy bubble yum, a flavor I loved as a kid. Juicy fruit, also one I liked. I don't like just regular bubblegum as much, unless it's in a Belgian beer. Yeah, otherwise it's getting pretty grapefruity. Which I like. I do enjoy grapefruit seltzer. It doesn't have, it's not like big juicy ruby red grapefruit. It's more of a white grapefruit thing, with like the bitterness and sort of spiciness. But it's this beer stays bright, which is what I like, bright flavors. I probably would not be able to guess it's this low ABV if you gave it to me, because it does have a decent body. It's not like super hazy, thick sort of body, but there's the wheat's definitely giving it some body. Or maybe the wheat's giving it a hint of a slower or lower pH, not acidic, but sometimes wheat can kind of make a beer seem a little almost tartar. That might be making this beer, like the bitterness, come out of it too, and make it so nice and grapefruity. But I like that. It's different, definitely different from their other beers. At first, the citra and the yeast ester smell is similar to their other IPAs I've had, but at least especially their citra IPAs. But then I like how it gets nice and grapefruity and a little bitter, and it's really refreshing, but not super watery. Very drinkable. If it was summertime, and I would have bought more of this, but yeah, over $4 for something like this. I mean, I guess it's pretty damn good. It's up there with, like, it might be some of the Hill Farmstead Hoppy Blonde ales. I think theirs is only 4.6 or 4.4% even. But at 4.6, this is starting to do everything. It's not just like, oh, this is tiny little beer. It's accomplishing everything you'd want from a stronger IPA, I would say. Stronger than this. That's it. So like 5 or 4, 4.35, sure. Bye.